Hello, everyone. This week, I wanted to discuss about the topic of spirituality and mindfulness in times of crisis, how we can respond as spiritual beings, as mindful beings, how we can respond to violent events that may be occurring on the planet. And I wanted to talk about, I've written an extensive post about this, and I'm going to leave a link for it. It's a post that I wrote on Medium. So I'm going to leave a link in this video for that post, and it's much more detailed. But I wanted to talk about two specific parts of that post in this video, because I find them to be the most important components in this idea of being mindful in times of crises. The first thing I wanted to discuss was the idea of maintaining a vibration of love no matter what happens on the planet. And that can be initially difficult for us because in this digital age, we are immediately bombarded with information as the event is occurring. And when violence erupts on the planet, the images and the information that we're being bombarded with are images that are fear-based. So there may be a lot of chaos going on. There may be a lot of panic. The situation may in fact be unfolding as we're already receiving information. So we are receiving that information on the basis of fear. So how do you maintain this vibration of love? You maintain the vibration of love first by not turning away from the event. This is sometimes a tendency in the self-help and personal growth or spirituality circles where we want to maintain our focus on the beauty of life, on being happy, on the good things of life. And so when something more dense happens, when violence happens, there's a tendency in some of us to turn away from the event, to ignore it. But if you ignore a violent event that's occurring on the planet, if you turn your face, you're not maintaining a vibration of love because you're ignoring your brothers and sisters that may be going through a lot of pain at this given moment. So you can still maintain a broader perspective on life without ignoring the violent event or violent events that are occurring right now. You can still hold within you a perspective that on the broader sense that yes, we are going towards evolution. Yes, we are going towards an ascension of energy, but at the same time, you can look at the events or violent events as they are occurring. You can look at them straight on and send an energy of love and compassion that way, wherever the events are occurring. And I do a lot in my meditation practice. I'll close my eyes, and if I know that violence has erupted somewhere, I will literally be very, very specific in sending loving energy to the areas of the planet where the violence has erupted. So holding the vibration of love is so important because think about it, in the areas, the geographic areas where these violent events are occurring, it's natural for the people who are involved in the violent events for their energy to descend at least temporarily. Because if you are involved in the situation, you may have just lost a loved one, or you may have had a loved one injured in this violence. So your energy may naturally come down because you're emanating emotions like fear and anger or sadness. So your energy may come down temporarily. But for those of us that are on the outside, we can help maintain the energy of the collective high by looking straight on, by observing, by bearing witness to someone else's pain, and being able to send them love in these tremendously difficult times that they're going through. And by doing that, we're holding the energy, the overall energy of the collective, we're holding it as high as it can be while these violent events are occurring. So that's the first thing, is maintaining an energy of love and resisting the temptation to bring yourself down, especially as you're being bombarded with information that is fear-based. Be very conscious that your energy does not start coming down as you're being exposed to that information. Hold yourself in a state of love no matter what. So that's the first thing. The second thing I wanted to talk about is the idea of responsibility in this digital age. So we are more and more connected through social media networks, through the internet, the cloud. we are more and more connected, which means that we bear a bigger responsibility as the years progress, as we evolve. We bear more responsibility than we did before when there weren't any social media networks, when we weren't hyper-connected like we are now. So take responsibility for everything that you put out in this world, whether it be in the form of words, actions, or energy. And I'll give you an example of how simple this is and how much responsibility we really have now. If you have, for example, a Facebook account and something violent erupts on the other side of the planet and you immediately start feeling fear, you start feeling anger towards the perpetrators of violence, and your energy begins to come down. You're feeling this anger, you're unsettled, you're afraid, you're panicking, and then you go on Facebook and you post a status update filled with words and energy that come from those emotions of anger, of resentment, of rage. Sometimes of racism can come through in these times. Separation consciousness can come through in times of fear. The moment you post that Facebook update, now all of your friends on the cloud have been exposed to that energy, and you have contributed directly to the increase in fear-based emotions and fear-based energies on the planet. That's how much responsibility we have as more modern creatures. That is the responsibility that we have in a digital age. So when a violent event erupts on the planet and you are receiving that information via, the digital age, via your social media networks, hold that vibration of love and take responsibility for everything that's coming out of you now. So if you're upset, for example, if you're angry, if you're unsettled, if you're in panic, then don't write a status update on Facebook. It's really as simple as that. Resist the temptation to throw out more garbage. Resist the temptation to put out into this world more venom, because then you will be helping the collective consciousness descend in vibration. And it can only take 1 or 2 minutes for you to just walk away, take a deep breath, bring yourself to a position of peace and love. And in that foundation, then go ahead and post something on Facebook. Then go ahead and share an article, whatever it may be. But just be super, super conscious of everything that you are putting out into this world through your social media platforms. In this hyper-connected world, be super, super conscious of what you're putting out. And I like to ask myself a question. If I feel the temptation to put something on Facebook or Twitter or whatever it is, if I feel the temptation to put something out there in response to a violent event that may be occurring on the planet, I will mentally ask myself this question. How am I feeling right now? What is my emotional state? And if my emotional state is anger, if it's fear, confusion, if I don't feel well, if I don't feel at peace, I will not post on Facebook or in any other social media platform. I'll bring myself to a position of peace and then I'll post. And the same thing happens, for instance, if you do share someone and one of your friends comments on your page. Let's say one of your friends comments and they are giving you an energy that has anger and resentment in it. Don't respond to the comment. Don't contribute to those dense energies. Take a deep breath, walk away, and ask yourself the mental question, how am I feeling in this present moment? Do I want to answer that comment? What energy will I be returning to that person if I answer this comment? You see, maintain yourself in a super conscious state when these violent events are occurring on the planet so that we don't contribute to the dense energies that bring the vibration of the collective consciousness down. I have more tips and more thoughts on this post on Medium, so please click on it if you want to read more. If you enjoy my videos, check out my full list of weekly videos. And if you want to reach out to me if you have questions that you'd like to see answered on the weekly videos, you can just shoot me an email at info@christina-lopes.com. And I hope you enjoy these videos. If you'd like to be part of the mailing list, you can also click on that and become a part of my subscribers list. I hope this video helps. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you like the videos and would like to see more. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful week.